Welcome to The Soft Life with me, Candy Washington, where we explore all things self-love, manifestations, and relationships with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. So be sure to subscribe, share, and join us on Patreon. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. And before we dive into today's Kiki, which is Scheana Shay breaking her silence about her altercation with Raquel, and then also her breaking her silence on the accusations, the rumors going around of did something happen between Raquel and her husband, Brock. Then we can also get into, talking about last night's episode and everything like that. But before we do that, you know what to do. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and share. With that, let's give some quick shout outs. Hey, Juanita. Juanita, thank you for being a channel member. She says, afternoon, Candy and the Candy Canes. What's up, sweetheart? Hey, Fire Opal says, hey, Candylicious and the Canes. I love that. Hey, what's up? Hey, Kristen. She says, hello, everyone. Hey, Beauty. Hi, Eileen. Eileen says, hey, all. Kathleen says, hi, sweet Candy. Hey, sweetheart. How are you? All right, you guys, let's dive into the mess. So this is from Us Weekly, okay? And it's breaking it down. It says, oh man, stop. Oh, I hate when they do that, when they have all these like weird pop-ups and it's like, can you just get there? All right, telling it like it is. Scheana Shay broke down her infamous altercation with Raquel Leviss and addressed rumors husband Brock Davies hooked up with the former beauty queen prior to her affair with Tom Sandoval. I did not punch her in the face, Shay revealed during a Wednesday, April 19th appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. As you see, I can't really form a proper fist. There's a shove and there's a punch and I did not punch her. So basically she's saying, she grabbed my wrist, I shoved her off of me. That's a shove, it's not a punch. Girl is lying. This is also what Scheana said during the hearing on the temporary restraining order. As we know, Raquel did the absolute most. She lied, did a false police report, got a temporary restraining order, and then during the legal hearing on whether or not it would be granted into a permanent restraining order, Scheana Shay and her legal team was the only side that actually showed up. Raquel and her legal team didn't even show up because clearly they were lying. All right, I think that goes to a lot. So let's keep going. The reality star then admitted to throwing Leviss's phone during their confrontation, noting that she doesn't regret her actions against her former friend. I wouldn't regret that either. You're grabbing my wrist and I shove you off of me. It is what it is. You're the aggressor. A phone gets tossed, whatever. When host Andy Cohen brought up the rumor that Davies, who is 30, and Raquel, who is 28, I didn't realize Brock was only 30. Doesn't he skew older? Because Scheana's 37 and Brock is 30 and he already has a bunch of kids. Huh. How did you guys know Brock was 30? Like, what? Doesn't he seem a lot older than 30? Do we think he's lying about his age? I don't know. Who cares? Let's keep going. The Shenanigans podcast host said she didn't think there was, quote, any truth to the gossip, but revealed she did ask her beau if anything went down. Girl, yes, of course you needed to ask him. You need to ask him for a couple reasons. Number one, every single scene in this season with Brock and Raquel and even in with Scheana, Brock is either being, quote, best friends with Raquel. He's saying Raquel is on fire. He's kind of giving her the eye, giving her advice. I don't know if that is because apparently a lot of the cast, I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently they were saying a lot of the cast did not want to film with Brock. I don't know why they wouldn't want to film with him. I know he wasn't a full-time cast member with like a contract or anything, but that's like something totally different. So I don't know. I don't know what it is, but Brock was very much Team Raquel the entire time. But let's keep going. I absolutely did question him because after all of the Tom and Raquel stuff, which I didn't think was true, I obviously had to ask. She explained. He said, absolutely not. But as a follow up question, I asked, did she ever try? Okay. As much as I trust my husband, I don't trust that hoe. He said no. He said he never put that energy off, and we know Sandoval did. Now, this Brock, you're lying. Not your. I'm just be having fun and all. This is just my opinion, and we're having fun because I don't want anybody to come and sue me. So calm down, Scheana. Calm down, Brock. We're just having fun. I think you did put off the energy, Brock. I think you did. It may not have been you're down to hook up, you're down to actually have an affair, but you were leaving like fire emojis under her Instagram post of her in that little white baby doll dress, saying she looked so good and all this, that, and the third, and like heart eyes and fire emojis. Word on the street is that you, and by you, I mean you, Brock, and Raquel had left Scheana when they were in New York, and it was like 4 o'clock in the morning and went to get pizza or something like that. Prior to the scandal, Scheana's like, oh, Brock and Raquel are like best friends. I don't know about you, but I don't really want my man being besties with all these other chicks. Like, he can have his own girlfriends, but like, you don't need to be bestie with my girlfriends. That's a little too close to home. So I don't know. I think it, and like, again, I don't want to over scrutinize it, but looking at all the episodes now, when they're in Mexico, even for the wedding stuff, Brock is like really all up Raquel. All up Raquel. Looking at her, saying she's on fire, all of this, that. They have the little stuff going on. I don't know. With that being said, and I want to know what you guys think, put it down below. I don't think that anything sexual or anything that has physically crossed a line has ever happened between Brock and Rachel. I don't think that. However, do I think they had a flirtation? Do I think that if the scandal hadn't happened, like not hadn't happened, but we didn't know about it? And do I think that one night when they're out together, Scheana goes home to go to bed, they're out drinking and partying, do I think at one night could it have happened? Yes. I don't think it did happen yet, but I basically think they were playing with fire. That's what I think. I think that they were playing with fire. As we all know, Rachel has no problem having sex with, hooking up with, doing the absolute most, busting it open for any man who wants her, whether they are married, whether they are in 9-year relationships, whether they are still legally married to somebody in your friendship group. She does not care. So, and we also know she kind of gets off on thinking that she's being chosen over another woman, or I'm better than Lala, I'm better than Katie, I'm better than this person, I'm better than that person, blah, 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 blah. She kind of gets off on that. And she systematically has stabbed basically every one of her friends in the back. So it's only a matter of time before she would stab Scheana in the back. And she actually did stab Scheana in the back with the whole her going after Schwartz, and that basically ruined Scheana and Katie's friendship. Not that their friendship was ever all that, but if they ever were to be friends, this wasn't the way to go about it, right? So she already did stab Scheana in the back because Scheana was pretty much hated and person non gratis this entire season because she was like, yeah, hook up with Schwartz because let's go along with this fake storyline so I have something to talk about during the show because I need this paycheck. Again, I don't think anything happened, but I do think that something could have, most likely would have happened down the line. I think they dodged a bullet, but they were playing with fire. All right, let's keep going. As for if Shay believes that Sandoval 40 and Levis are in love, the Good as Gold singer shared that she thinks the twosome are wrapped up in this weird affair, which she hears is already toxic. Well, this is the thing. Of course, it's already toxic. When you start the way they started, it can't get any, it's already toxic. So it's not getting toxic, it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just a hot mess. They deserve what's coming to them, she added. The Shake That friendship with Raquel took a turn after Us Weekly confirmed the beauty pageant contestant's affair with Tom Tom co-founder in March. In the wake of his infidelity, Tom Sandoval and Ariana called it quits after nearly a decade of dating. Now, this is the thing. I know Ariana. Oh, thank you so much, Joanne, for the super sticker. That is so sweet. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Shout out to Joanne Hendricks. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I really appreciate that. Thank you. So I know Ariana is out here living her best life, right? So we think. Hooking up with Daniel Way, the personal trainer at Coachella. She's booked and busy, doing Comedy Central, Lifetime movies, modeling for Bloomingdale's, this, that, and the third. My thoughts on Ariana's glow up. Oh, and like the red revenge dress at the reunion, right? Okay. My thoughts on this is that I think that Ariana is coping in the best way she can. I'm really happy she's booked and busy. I'm happy she's making money. I'm happy she's making strides in her career. I think that they are good, healthy distractions and coping mechanisms while she navigates through all of this that's going on. I do think that. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I don't think that the personal trainer, Daniel Way, is as into Ariana as she is into him. Just by watching their body language, particularly when they were at LAX and he was leaving, and the way she was kissing him and the way he was kind of like, I think he kind of bit off more than he could chew. I think he was like, oh, this will be a fun come up. Ariana's hot. I'm hanging out with the Vanderpump Rules kids. We're getting some shots. He like upped his prices for his personal training. His Instagram blew up. So I kind of fear that I kind of feel like he kind of bit off more than he can chew, because I think that she's emotionally getting more invested in it than he is, but I don't think it's real emotion. I think it's sort of like her way of trying to heal and trying to cope and having to deal with everything. But I think he's kind of like, wait a minute, I thought this would be like a fun Coachella hookup, some sex and a good time, and, kind of get my Instagram followers up. I don't want to make this bigger than what it is. That's kind of the energy vibe I'm getting. But I want to know what you guys think. Either way, I'm really happy for Ariana. I think that she's healing and coping and dealing with it in very healthy ways. She's hanging out with friends. She has support systems. She's focused on work. She's having, a fun, sex time with a hot guy. Girl, do it. Why not? So yeah, that's where I think is going on with Ariana and Daniel. All right, let's keep going. Dun, 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 dun. Amid the drama, Shea made headlines when Raquel filed an order of protection after rumors swirled of a physical fight. According to Raquel, Scheana got physical following their joint appearance on Watch What Happens Live in March. Now, we've gone over this ad nauseum. We already know Rachel Raquel was lying. She did her little makeup bruise kit. Scheana did not punch her. We all know this. We got that. Okay. Now, this is the thing. Let's talk a little bit about last night's episode. Let's talk a little bit about that, okay? Let's talk a little bit about it. And put your questions and comments down below, because I definitely want to take some of your candy cane questions and comments. This is the thing. Just a couple of things I want to highlight from the episode, and then I'll take your questions and comments. Number one, did you guys relish? And I mean relish. I relished. And is it the irony? Is it ironic? I don't know. I don't know if I'm using that right. I don't know if I'm using that word right. But I was relishing in the irony that Tom Sandoval was complaining to Ariana that she never has his back. She never stands up for him. She never understands him. She never takes his side against anybody. Doesn't that sound very familiar to another couple that we heard having that same exact fight? Doesn't that sound a lot like Katie Maloney complaining about Tom Schwartz, how he never has her back, how he never understands her or listens to her, how he always takes somebody else's side, how he's always against her? Isn't it funny how much crap and gaslighting he gave Katie when Katie just wanted Schwartz to just be on her side? I don't know, maybe once ever. And that is the same exact complaint he is now having in his relationship with Ariana. The irony, I think it's irony. If I'm saying the wrong word, sorry. But that's what I mean. Like the irony of it all. Like it's really ironic how much crap and how much you tried to gaslight Katie when literally she said, I just want the person that I lay down with every night to have my back. And isn't that exactly what you wanted from Ariana? Also being debunked. All of the people, not my candy canes, because my candy canes, we don't roll that way. All of the other people who were out there victim blaming Ariana, being like, she didn't want to have kids and he wants to have kids. And he was, she just didn't want to have kids. Well, didn't we see last night? She actually went through all of the biological, scientific IVF hormone treatment. I don't know what these women are doing to themselves to harvest her eggs. She got 26 eggs. And he was the one who never fertilized them to become actual embryos. He was the one who was dragging his feet. He was the one who didn't want to move forward with it. And he was the one scoffing, like, well, why would I, give my sperm to her eggs to make embryos as if she decides she doesn't want to one day or not? Like, what? I think it's a pretty clear sign that someone's willing to have children with you if they go through the medical procedure to harvest their eggs and then they are on your back to actually fertilize them. But yet you want to get up here on Howie Mandel. Yet you want to get up here on your Pity Me tour and talk about didn't want to have children. You wanted kids, this, that, and the third. Isn't that funny too? Isn't that funny too? And what's also so sickening about last night's episode was Sandoval. His disdain for Katie is alarming to me. Like, it's alarming. Like, I think it's even deeper than Schwartz at this point. Like, it's alarming. Like, why does he hate her so much? It's like you literally are having sex with Raquel behind everybody's back. And then you want to crucify Katie for calling her a whore? It's ridiculous. It's honestly, it blows the mind. Blows the mind. Also, I don't rock with Oliver anymore. I want to. I really do. Like, Oliver, I was rooting for you. I hope, because he did this really whack interview. I think it was for Behind the Velvet Rope, and he wasn't defending his mother. He wasn't defending his brother. He was defending Rachel Raquel, basically said he would hook up with Erica if nobody found out, and everything else was just blown out of proportion. I want to, even though I do not rock with Oliver, I have to give my honest opinion. And my honest opinion is, I think him and his ex-wife or estranged wife, I don't know if they're legally divorced yet, I think they really were separated. Garcelle said it, and the way they were talking about it was very clear that they were getting divorced. They were learning how to co-parent. It was obviously that it was a public thing and the families knew. Lisa Vanderpump said it multiple times, not just on last episode, but she also said it when they introduced Oliver in Vegas. She was like, no, I think he's separated, all of this stuff. I don't think Lisa Vanderpump or Garcelle, even though that's her son, I think Garcelle keeps it all the way 100. I think if he was doing something wrong, she would totally call him to task. I don't think Lisa Vanderpump or Garcelle would separately and then together lie. I think that I actually believe Oliver. I think that him and the estranged wife were separated. I think he was still having sex with her. I think they were still smashing. I think that she wanted, and I think that gave her false hope that they were going to get back together. But I do think that they were separated. And I understand her being in her feelings. You know, this is her husband. This is the father of her children. This is a stepfather to her other children. He's still having sex with her. Do you know what I mean? And of course that you're going to feel some type of way when now you're seeing that he's hooking up with other girls and he's on this new TV show and all of this is going on. And then he still, comes and sleeps with you. I get that. That sucks. He was basically being an F-boy to his own wife. We're not together, we're separated, but when I feel like it, I'm going to slide in. Right? So that's what I think happened. I don't think that he was in a committed marriage and he secretly went out and cheated on his wife. No. I think that he was doing what a lot of people do. It's not right. I'm not justifying it, but I think that he had one foot in and one foot out. And the way that he was justifying sleeping with other people was, hey, we're separated. I have my own apartment. We know it. Hey, if she's still letting me, smash, I'm going to smash. But she knows what the deal is. That's what I think it is. And it was very laughable and ridiculous and honestly beyond psychotic watching Raquel act like she has so much reverence for other women. Like, how dare you make me be the mistress? I didn't, like, I don't compute. Like, it was like a computer malfunctioning. She couldn't even talk. First of all, Raquel, you don't care about other women's feelings. How long have you known Katie? Let's just put this in perspective right now. How long have you known Katie? You've known Katie for bare minimum 5 years. Bare minimum 5 years, because you were with James for 5 years. And then you guys broke up like maybe a year ago. So bare minimum, you've known this woman for 5 to 6 years. You've been in her home. You've traveled with her. You've broken bread with her. You've drank with her. You've been in her circle. Sure, you're not best friends, but we're adults. Nobody's like bestie. You're in the same circle. You've known this woman for how long? And you have no regard for her feelings when she came to you like a woman and said, listen, this is still my husband. Yes, we're going through a separation. Yes, we're going to get divorced, but this is still my husband. And you're someone who's in my circle, and it hurts me and it would hurt me if you guys got together. That is what a grown person does. They communicate their feelings. They communicate boundaries. And instead of saying, you know what, you're right. I've known you for half of a decade, if not longer. We've been in the same circle and this is still your husband. Maybe I won't try and hook up with him. Maybe I won't disrespect you like that because I care so much about women. No, you didn't do that. You got in this woman's face multiple times, looked her dead in the face and said, I'm going to get with your husband. Because let's call a thing. She's so up in arms about Oliver being kind of separated from his wife. When Raquel got with Tom Schwartz, he was still legally married to Katie. They did not legally get divorced until October of 2022. She was making out with him in August of 2022. So you want to sit up here and act like you have all of this reverence for other women, but yet when someone you've known for over half a decade looks you in the face and is a grown adult and says, this is how I feel, these are my boundaries, let's make it work. And then that's what you do. And then everybody wants to turn around. And by everybody, I just mean you and Tom Sandoval and his little lackey Schwartz, and try and gaslight Katie like somehow she's being immature, when the fact is she's actually being the most adult person, because it takes a truly evolved, healthy human being to say, listen, this is how I feel. These are what my boundaries are. And I'm communicating that to you in a very healthy way. She did. She didn't pop off. She didn't get mad. She sat there and talked to her. She did a better job than I would have done. Because if somebody would have sat there that I've known this long and sat across from me and said, Candy, I asked your husband to make out, we'd have a problem. We'd have a problem. Katie handled that way better than I would have handled it. Let's just put it that way. But then now Raquel wants to act like she cares so much about women and she cares so much about this person, Amanda or Ashley, whatever his estranged wife name is. She cares about her so much. She can't believe it. This woman she has never met, doesn't know from Adam, like has no idea who this woman is. She has so much respect and reverence for her. But look what she did to Katie. Not to mention what she did to Ariana. That's even on a whole different level. Not to mention what she did to Ariana. But she has all this reverence for a person she's never met before. Disgusting, diabolical, sick, psychotic, all of it. All of it. And I wonder how Ariana's feeling right now that she was defending her to Katie. She's not a whore. Okay. I'm sure you have different words for her today. Because people can always be so diplomatic when it's not them. Oh, she's not doing it to my man. She's not a whore. She's okay. Huh. People are so diplomatic when it's not happening to them. But the moment it happens to them, they change that tune real quick. Real quick. Tom Sandoval. Side note on Tom Sandoval. I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. And don't come at me for this, I'm worried about him. I know he's evil. I know he's the devil. I know I know he's psychotic and narcissistic and egotistical and all that stuff. What I mean I'm worried about him is I think he's on, and again, this is all alleged, my opinion, observation. Nobody, don't come at me legally, guys. This is my opinion, Sandoval, since you like to go off on people in your Instagram stories. I think he might be on something. That's why I wanted to preface this and be very careful with what I say. This is just my opinion. This is just literally just my opinion based on the way he looks now and all of that stuff. Like on his Instagram stories and in posts and in pictures, he just looks like he's on like something, like not weed, not alcohol, not even sugar booger, like something else. Like he looks like, I don't know if he had the problem before Sandoval broke. I don't know if he had the problem now, but I just get something, like I get it. These are horrible people for what they did. I just don't want anything truly bad to happen to anybody. Do you know what I mean? Something people can't come back for. All right, let's keep going. All right. I think that's enough on that one. Let's see. Okay, so this one is from All About Reality Tea or something like that. Okay. You know what? Let's go to your candy cane questions and comments. Let's do that. About anything Vanderpump Rules. All right. Aw, yay. All right. Kathleen says, I am still trying to wrap my head around Raquel and Lala when Raquel is a full-on mistress of Tom